We're gathered here in Oaklawn Cemetery today to pay tribute to the valiant soldiers who fought so steadfastly and died on the nearby Olustee Battle Field 148 years ago. It is a great honor and privilege that I'm allowed to be a part of this ceremony, and I will tell you that it's just overwhelming to me how it makes me feel. This year marks the 150th anniversary of the Civil War, and it marks the 148th anniversary of the Battle of Olustee. As it was in the beginning, and as it remains today, interpretations of the Civil War's cause vary greatly, as do the emotions of the consequence even today. But we are not here this morning to glorify nor to celebrate this dreadful event in our country's time and history. We're here to remember those who lay here and who are buried here and who died fighting for their country. And at that time, if you think about it, the country of the men who lay here was narrowly defined by their statesmen only as the South. While the issues of state rights and slavery loom over all causes of the Civil War, let us remember this, ladies and gentlemen. Those who fought were not proponents of regional politics at that time, but as protectors of their mothers, wives, sisters, and children. The great personal cost of these great protectors we're here to honor show clear cause as to why they lay in this cemetery. These men knew if they fell on the Olustee battlefield, their death could be anonymous and that their identity known only to God. They knew their families would forever mourn their loss and be uncertain of their fate. Ladies and gentlemen, as we remember the Civil War and the Battle of Olustee, let's not stand here today with a sense of pride, but with a sense of sadness. It was a war of soldiers, North and South, black and white. Soldiers who should not be despised because they fought for a wrong side or a wrong cause. Those to whom we pay homage with this ceremony undoubtedly endured unbridled horror and pain and died for their families.
We've got the Columbia High School ROTC, Sergeant McGarty, and the ROTC will now post the colors.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Donald, and accompanied by Miss Anna G. Miller. And I would like to just say, Donald Johns, thank you, and you sang all the correct words.
It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to serve as your commanding general, pleasure to serve as your mayor. But again, we welcome everybody. There's going to be entertainment all weekend. There's food, there's arts and crafts, there's the battle. We want you to enjoy it and come back every year. And now I declare the festival officially open. And I'd also like to introduce Tad Allen, who is Abe Lincoln, and I think they have something they want to say.
Well, I suppose he's waiting for me. That's protocol. How do you say that, General? Protocol.
Protocol, yeah.
But you know, I've done this for several years now, and every time I do a little speech, I said, well, next year I'm going to change it. But then when I sit down and start thinking what I'm going to do, and I go back to the same old thing, that I can't ever get away from. I travel all over. I go to many functions. I meet many people. But nowhere do I meet people like the people here in Lake City. I tell people that, and they say, well, what's it like? I said, well, it's absolutely 24-karat gold city. So thank you for allowing me to be here every year, and I look forward to it, and I really say sincerely, it's the highlight of what I do to come here every year.
Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to express my sincere appreciation for your allowing me for the past several years, not as many years as the president, but for the past several years, being able to join you for this great celebration. It is an honor because, one reason it's a big honor is because of the name of the organization that sponsors this, puts this event on, and does a great job, the Blue-Gray Army. The war is over. We are a united country again, and I think that name really signifies that point. So, once again, I'm very grateful to the Blue-Gray Army and for you folks for inviting me, and I'm looking forward to future years. Thank you.
Amigos, we all could be amigos. We all should be amigos, 'cause we all would be good friends. Oh yeah.
The main thing I can tell you about Mr. Darby, he's a true Southern gentleman, and that's from the bottom of my heart. Ms. Darby was Woman of the Year in Lake City in 1981, and it was well deserved. She served in a lot of garden club and a lot of other clubs, served as president, chairman, and has done a lot for our community. And she is also a true Southern lady. When you look in the dictionary into Southern hospitality, you'll see Mr. and Ms. Darby. And at this time, I'd like to give it to Mr. Darby for a couple of words.
Programs put on by the Blue-Gray Army from year to year have contributed to the continuation of the history of the Civil War. And I thank you very much.
Thank you. And at this time, we'd like to make a presentation of a framed copy of our poster, and it's for y'all to enjoy.
And we are honoring the descendants of Robert Christie. He enlisted in Ware County, Georgia in the fall of 1862 as a private in Company F, 4th Clinches Cavalry, and fought at the Battle of Olustee. After the war, Robert married Elizabeth Wheeler, and about 1867 the family moved to Benton, to the Benton community, which is in North Columbia County. This union produced 6 children, the descendants of whom we see here today. And I did find out that Robert Christie had a child from a previous marriage, and I believe those descendants are here today also. Robert Christie would be proud of his descendants.
With the weather the way it is, it's been going great. Probably one of the best weekends I've had in the 8 years that I've been here.
I have a special treat for Lake City in this festival. For years and years, I have been cajoling, threatening, begging, doing anything I could to get my lovely wife to put on a costume and go with me and portray Mary, my wife. I wasn't successful. They got up here, and I think the whole Blue-Gray Army committee got us the other night, and somehow or another they persuaded her to do that. And I am so proud. I am so proud to present Mary Lincoln to the Lake City Olustee Festival.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tony, we'll turn it back over to you.
Well, I just want to say, Commanding General, that, and Mr. President, in all due respect, I have never seen the First Lady look so lovely. I've seen a lot of pictures, and I got to say, her presence here today, live, is much better looking than any of those old photographs I've seen.